Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining Amy's News and Conversation. Today, I have Chace Torres with me, the Bearded Biomed. Welcome, Chace. Thanks for being here today.
Appreciate you having me, Danielle.
Oh my gosh. So, you have a podcast called the Bearded Biomed, which I've been on. Thank you for all your support. And I just love listening to it. Do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about it and why you started it?
Absolutely. So, Bearded Biomed, as a part to another well-known show you might know is Better Biomed, has been kind of my love child for the past couple years now. Started it December of 2021, and since that time, it was my way of building awareness for the field, communicating and helping to, enrich those entering the field with my experiences, wisdom, bringing on folks and interviewing them, getting their firsthand knowledge of, what they would recommend and their expertise. I try to tilt myself as the Joe Rogan of the field. I like to bring on experts and have them talk about what they are known for, and um, it's been pretty well received. When I first started it, it was an audio only podcast, so Spotify, Apple, which it still is. Um, but roughly about into that year mark, everybody was like, "You got to get on YouTube." So I went ahead and transitioned the podcast to a video podcast as well. So you can find it on all the audio platforms as well as YouTube. And the only thing that changes is you get to see me and instead of just
And the
discern what I
beard.
might look like. Um, it's been a fun endeavor. I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. And luckily, through the podcast, I've met a lot of my biomed heroes. I have more interesting interviews coming down the pipeline very soon. Um, and I think it's a good way to branch and network the biomed ecosystem and let everybody know, different takes and different, um, thought processes of some of our senior leaders and even some of our, colleagues that we're in the mix with right now. So I would highly encourage you to check in, tune it in. And like, I guess lastly is through the podcast, it allowed me to work other projects that I wanted to do, namely Ollie the Biomed, which was the very first and only biomed children's book explaining the field to kids about what we do day in and day out and in a fun and interesting way.
Yeah, so I have your book here, Chase, and I just want to tell you my daughter loves it. She asks us to read it to her, and it is just so well done. If you haven't checked out his book, you should definitely. It really just day to day takes apart, shows the technicians taking the equipment apart, Ollie in particular, and it's just really well written. It really puts it into layman's terms what we do as a field. And I just can't, we read it a lot in our house and it's just super exciting. So Chase, how can people find your book?
So the book, I actually I partnered with a couple because it's self-published.
Mhm.
Um, you can basically go online and find it anywhere. It's available right now on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, any of the major retailers' websites. So Walmart, Target. Um, I mean, I have put it out there to where you can pretty much find it just by Googling Ollie the Biomed, and you can find, your best option to purchase it.
And we're so excited too, Chase, because as you know, Amy bought a bunch of books, 200 to be exact. And Chase will be at our exchange in Phoenix doing a book signing. We'll have the books there so you can get them there as well. We're so happy to support Chase in this endeavor. With the workforce deficit and the lack of pipeline of people coming into the field, this is just so needed, such a great way to really, show people that we exist as a field, what we are and what we do. And Chase, I mean, this was just so well needed, and we're so happy to support you and have you in Phoenix. And while we're
Um,
talking about the exchange, besides you being an author and a book signer, we have another huge announcement. Chase will be on the vendor floor with me, Robert, and Justin Barber, the Better Biomed, who we announced last week, doing vendor interviews, helping us do our show live from Amy Exchange on the floor this year. So we're so happy to have you, Chase.
I'm very excited myself. Both it's funny. Last year we had, possibly planned on doing it, but we both had kids and
Yes,
I
we're
had
unable to be there.
I had Ollie. So I was unfortunately unable to make it, but I'm looking forward to being on the floor. And, I've always loved AAMI exchanges just because of the breadth of scope of the amount of vendors and networking and communication that happens there. Um, there's there's very little like it out there, like the AAMI exchange. It's, for those of y'all that have gone to like a conference or a symposium or anything, multiply that by 10. It's grandioso. It's something that's, as a biomed at minimum, you want to at least attend once in your lifetime because it's otherworldly. Just the amount that you're going to come across there. So I'm
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it.
so we're so excited to have you, and we have close to 200 vendors now that are going to be there. So they'll be excited to have you and Justin on the floor, and me and Robert from the booth. It's going to be great, and we'll put there'll be some great content that you guys can also share on your shows, and we'll share on ours. And we just feel so fortunate to have you and Justin there with us. And also, we are also so happy that you're willing to do a book signing and get the book out there. It's, again, if you haven't checked out Ollie the Biomed, please go check it out. If not, Chace will come sign your book in Phoenix. So if you already have one, bring it with you. If you don't, you can get one there. And let's just circle back to your podcast really quick, because I don't think we said, you know, how can they find you in your podcast? And I know you were trying to get 10,000 followers, right? Or 10,000 listens. We need to help get you there, right?
So, when I had made that announcement, so you could still take in the podcast through Spotify, Apple, Google, any of the places you like to take in your audio podcast. Because a lot of us are on the go. We're driving to work. We're commuting. A lot of people like to listen to the show while they're in the car. If you are more of a videographer kind of person, you want to watch on YouTube, you just look up Bearded Biomed on any of those platforms, you'll find it. Or if you want to see everything going on, I actually have a website. It's just www.beardedbiomed.com, and it houses everything, including just more information about me, information about the book, some stat lines. Actually, I've already hit over, I think, 11,000 audio downloads across the world.
That's
That's in
amazing.
60
Congratulations.
countries. And YouTube wise, I think last I checked, we're about 630 odd subscribers so far. So I have no complaints. I'm happy people want to hear my bearded perspective. And
That's
it's
amazing. Well, thank you for all you do, Chace. And again, if you don't follow him, find him on LinkedIn, go listen to his podcast, follow his YouTube channel, and definitely check out his book, Ollie the Biomed. And we all can't wait to see you all in person at the Exchange in Phoenix in June. You can come meet us all in person. Um, and Chace, just thank you for being here today.
thank y'all for having me. Thank you for the support that AAMI continuously provides me and many other people. And, y'all come out and see me and give me a reason to get carpal tunnel for signing your books.
It's a pleasure, Chace.